A massive monster truck is racing down the highway, trying to crush everyone in its path. But the real horror begins when people realize who's behind the wheel of this hellish machine. A terrified man is trapped in the torture chamber of a sadistic madman, and soon, the criminal does something truly unspeakable to him. Meanwhile, a red Chevrolet is cruising down the road. The driver is a young man named Adam. He's looking at a wedding invitation when suddenly, a masked maniac appears in the back seat and lunges at him. A struggle breaks out. Adam jumps out of the car and hits the ground. The attacker catches up to him and pulls off his mask. It's his best friend, Harley. The prankster wants to tag along, but Adam is completely against it. He knows Harley always pulls stunts and doesn't want to get into trouble. Still, Harley is persistent and hops into the car anyway. It turns out they're on their way to the wedding of Adam's ex-girlfriend, Betty Ann. The protagonist wants to tell the girl that he still loves her. Harley mocks Adam, calling him a coward. A hearse drives past, giving both youngsters the creeps, so they decide to take a break. The guys spot an attractive girl and start commenting on her appearance, though the conversation quickly shifts, and they end up arguing again. To cheer themselves up, Adam and Harley stop at a local pub and order some food and drinks. A monster truck rally is playing on the TV, and Harley mocks the people watching it. He's convinced that anyone who enjoys those shows must be a total idiot. The protagonists continue their trip. Harley keeps running his mouth and teasing his friend. When Adam spots a cat on the road, he carefully swerves to avoid it. A moment later, someone takes the animal's body away. While the guys are in the middle of another argument, a huge monster truck suddenly appears behind them. It looks terrifying and seems intent on crushing them. Adam slams his foot on the gas, trying to escape the steel beast, but it stays right on their tail. The truck rams into them several times, and to avoid an oncoming car, the Chevrolet veers off the road. Fortunately, both Adam and Harley survive the crash without a scratch, which means they can start another fight immediately. That's what real male friendship looks like. After the fight, the guys try to start their car, but all their attempts are futile. Turns out the fuel line got damaged during the crash. The friends set off to look for help and come across a freshly dug grave. Apparently, someone died here recently. A little farther down the road, Adam and Harley spot an abandoned camper. Looks like its owner is missing. Harley finds a plastic cup and a straw and tries to siphon some gas, but accidentally sucks the content of the waste tank instead, and instantly starts puking. Adam knew this would happen but didn't warn his friend, which, of course, sparks another fight. Oh, and by the way, there's a body inside the camper, and the vehicle is surrounded by a pentagram. After getting the gas, Adam and Harley hit the road again, goofing around and having fun. They pass a cute girl with a belly button piercing standing on the roadside, hitchhiking. Harley begs Adam to stop, but he drives right past her since he's in a rush to get to his ex's wedding. The friends make another stop so Adam can take a leak, but the restroom looks way too horrifying to use. Despite the filth and awful stench, Adam bravely steps into one of the stalls, covers the hole in the wall with a napkin, and unzips his pants. While Harley is peacefully sleeping in the car, that same massive monster truck suddenly pulls up nearby. After finishing his business, Adam steps outside, only to come face to face with the hellish road beast. He immediately runs back into the restroom, hides in a stall, sits on the toilet, and starts shaking with fear. The driver of the monster truck tries to break into Adam's stall, but fails and heads into the stall next door. Peeking through the small hole in the wall, Adam realizes the monster truck driver looks like a demon and bolts from the restroom in a panic. Meanwhile, Harley wakes up and also spots the monstrous truck. He notices no one's in the driver's seat, climbs up onto the hood, and pees directly into the cab. Adam shows up and yells at him to get in the car and drive. Now! At first, they're relieved to have escaped the terrifying monster truck, but then they realize someone has broken the figurine on Adam's car. And just when things seem calm again, that creepy hearse passes them on the road once more. The guys decide to spend the night at a roadside motel. On the news, they hear that a man's body was found in an abandoned camper, and a pentagram had been drawn around it. That night, Adam struggles to fall asleep. He keeps hearing strange voices and threats. Turns out, it's just Harley talking in his sleep. In the middle of the night, Adam wakes up and feels something wet in his bed. It's the same cat he nearly hit on the road earlier. Disgusted, he throws it off the bed. The cat lands on Harley, and the half-asleep guy starts petting and then even licking it. That's when he finally wakes up. The main characters quickly leave the creepy motel and hit the road, but they don't get far because one of their tires goes flat. That's when Harley confesses to Adam that he had a fling with Betty Ann too, and he's also planning to confess his feelings to her. At that very moment, another passenger shows up in the back seat. It's the same girl they saw hitchhiking earlier. Her name is Sarah, and she wants to join them. The guys don't mind. The next morning, Adam calls the police from a payphone and reports that there's a massive monster truck with a maniac behind the wheel racing through the area. He's convinced it's the criminal they've been looking for. After hanging up the phone, Adam spots a creepy man with only one arm. Harley encourages Adam to forget about Betty Ann and start hitting on the beautiful Sarah instead. Adam doesn't want to follow his friend's advice, and the two start arguing again. Sarah isn't impressed and threatens to find some new travel buddies. The guys promise to stop acting like idiots. She comes back and kisses them both to decide which one she likes more. The girl chooses Adam. Later that evening, Adam and Sarah chat about life, and then the girl grabs a marker and writes the word "a-hole" on Harley's forehead while he's sleeping. After that, the friends stop at a roadside bar for some drinks. There, Adam notices another man missing an arm. In fact, it seems like every customer in this place is missing some body part. One of the men insists that Sarah dance with him. Adam steps in to defend her and gets punched in the stomach. But Sarah is more than capable of standing up for herself. Adam and Sarah spend the night together and are clearly happy with each other. Suddenly, they hear someone screaming for help. Adam, Sarah, and Harley run outside and see a man in the middle of the road, just in time to watch him get hit by a massive monster truck. It's a pretty gruesome sight. The group calls the police, but the sheriff doesn't find anything suspicious and tells them to leave this place immediately. Soon, another one-armed man appears near their car. He tells them that the driver of the hellish monster truck is a real demon who collects human limbs. The man himself lost his arm after an encounter with the creature. Shocked by the news, the friends realize they're almost out of gas. They drive into a ghost town filled with creepy scarecrows. The whole place looks dark and ominous. Adam, Harley, and Sarah find a small diner on the outskirts and decide to stop for lunch. But when Adam looks at his plate, he finds pieces of a human body mixed in with his food. Panicked, the trio jumps back into the car and speeds away. They discover a body sitting in the back seat. Suddenly, the demonic monster truck appears again and tries to ram them off the road. Adam steps on the pedal, pushing the Chevy to its limit, but the monstrous vehicle keeps slamming into them. Eventually, Chevrolet stalls. Adam and Sarah leap out just in time, right before the monster truck runs over their car. Amazingly, Harley survives the crash. Adam and Sarah pull him out of the car just seconds before the monster truck runs over it again. The main characters try to escape the hellish monster. They scramble up a small hill where the monster truck can't reach them. Then they take off running through the dense forest, but the psycho driver is hot on their trail. And he really does look like a demon. The driver knocks Harley out and starts chasing the others. He eventually catches Sarah and abducts her. Adam tries to save her but finds only one of her boots. The youngster hears his girlfriend's scream coming from a nearby cabin and spots the demonic driver lurking outside. Grabbing a shovel, Adam sneaks inside. The place is covered in pentagrams, and there is a man with his stomach ripped open lying on the table. Incredibly, he's still alive. Adam finds Sarah and unties her. The guy tries to escape with his girlfriend, but suddenly, she knocks him out. Adam regains consciousness and realizes he's tied up next to the man with no stomach. The poor guy's name is Fred, and Sarah calls him her brother. The demonic driver's name is Bob, and he's also Sarah's brother. Fred explains that Bob accidentally ran him over, but in doing so, lost control of the vehicle, flew through the windshield, and crashed into a tree. Sarah admits that she stitched Bob back together and used black magic to bring both him and Fred back to life. They've been attaching other people's limbs to their own bodies to stay alive. But now, they have a new goal, building Fred an entirely new body, and for that, they need Adam. It turns out everything had been planned in advance. It was Sarah who was riding in the hearse. She was the one who planted the cat's body in his bed and spent the night with him on purpose, because the black ritual required it. Sarah grabs a knife, but Adam manages to break free and attack her. The girl falls to the floor. Adam wounds Bob and fights both him and Fred at the same time. He defeats Fred, but Bob locks the door and swallows the key. After a brutal fight, Adam retrieves the key from Bob's stomach and escapes the hellish cabin. Bob chases after Adam, but gets suddenly hit by the monster truck. And the demonic vehicle is driven by Harley. The guy reveals that he survived his encounter with the demon, and now he and Adam take turns driving the massive truck. From time to time, they run over Bob. The friends thank each other for the help. Adam admits he no longer wants to go to Betty Ann's wedding, and together they drive off in the giant monster truck. We see a huge, dirty red stain on the ground. Bob's smile appears in the middle of it.